What's up everyone, welcome back to Basket Bricks with a treat for you all, as this is a Lego set from the year 2000, 1 year after Lego Star Wars first came out. So this is pretty exciting. I believe that this set is now over 20 years old as of the recording of this video. I do really like this set, surprisingly. It's a really neat little set, so I hope you enjoy the video. If you do, a like is always most definitely appreciated. A subscription if you want to become part of this small but growing community here on Basket Bricks. So, here's the front of the box, as vintage boxes are almost just as cool as what is in them. You can see the box art was quite different, and some of the other little gems that are on the back are all around it. On the back, though, we get alternate builds. It's a shame that they don't encourage kids to do this anymore. A helicopter and a frog thing. How cool is that? Just shows you what possibilities you can have with Lego. Now, the boxes are definitely better than the ones are nowadays. You know, it's also much better. The instruction manuals. There's the front. On the back, we see the alternate builds. There's no advertising here, but we can see some really cool little gems. Starting right off of here, what do you notice up there? Oh wait, those are movie scenes. So what these old instruction manuals did, they showed you scenes directly from the movie that it's depicting. Oh look, there's the flash speeder right there. I think it was hardly shown in the movie, so they just showed things from right before the Battle of Naboo. I think it was just shown a couple of times there. I think there might be one more picture. They do repeat the pictures. How cool is that? What a treat right there. Now, we took a look at the packaging and the instruction manual. Let's go take a look at the flash speeder itself. Alright, so here is the flash speeder here. We'll just start at the front here. I'm just going to talk about this windshield piece. It's not the best. It's like the ones that we have nowadays are much more accurate. This is not bad though. This entire front section is one big piece. Now I'm not even gonna try to pull that out to show you, but it is one big piece. You can look at the instructions online, and you can look up the set online to see all of its pieces on Brickset. I do like this. Does have some nice shaping, especially considering its time. A lot of great angles on the front here. They do have this printed piece there, which oddly is not repeated right there, but is right there. That's a cool piece too in green. A lot of good green slopes and other pieces. You know, this just looks pretty darn good for its time. Just looking, it has nice shaping. These side pods don't really look awkward. That's my least favorite part. Come on, Lego. You could have done something about that. That is just laziness. This is kind of old, though. Kind of interesting, though. I don't know if this was intended, but there's grill tiles under there. It's kind of strange, isn't it? These pods look good. I appreciate the little bit of extra detail there. This gun, and if you put the minifigure in there, this gun just barely doesn't touch his head. They just barely did it. It's on like a little turntable, can be turned. There's a nice little play feature in this though. You can open this up using that really nice old hinge piece and get a little access to a little compartment that is actually has a decent amount of room, I must be honest. That's a good amount of space. Now let's take a look at the actual cockpit. I'm just going to take this off. My least favorite part about this by far is, what are those gaps? Like, excuse me? Is that not, like, I don't understand those gaps, but you do get this really nice printed console piece and a lever for them to control, since you can't actually reach it when he's sitting in one of the two seats. You could probably even fit a third minifigure in there, and you can of course just scatter more throughout it if you wish. And I must say, this is very sturdy to hold. Like, the only thing that has any chance of coming off is this, but it's also pretty stable, I'd say. That's you know, like, that doesn't come off too easily either. It's a very sturdy thing. As a toy, I think this hits it right on the mark. This does feel like you know, like the newest flash speeder that we got a little while back. It feels like the things that we have nowadays, like with in the recent waves with the downsized TIE Fighter, X-Wing, and Imperial Shuttle. It's like one of those, you know, like it's a smaller version. Yeah, no, it's cool. But let's take a look at the minifigure in this set, which is the very first Imperial security officer ever to be made. That's kind of cool. Alright, so this is an Imperial security officer. I believe that is his name, Imperial Guard, sorry, not Imperial, Naboo. Have I been saying Imperial? I'm so used to saying Imperial all the time. But, this Naboo security officer, I believe, is equipped with some binoculars in the old gray color, has yellow skin. He has that smiley face, this very basic hat, and just very simple printing on the torso. No back printing, no leg printing, the tan arms. You know what? I'm just gonna write it and say it. I like this guy. Now I do have a very a modern version of this minifigure, and he holds up relatively well to him. Kind of interesting. See that Imperial officer right over there? Kind of similar, aren't they? Kind of cool. But yeah, this is just a really cool figure. Not only is he very appropriate for the set, it's just a good figure to have, I believe. Yeah, decent torso printing for the time. It's actually pretty good. Remember, this is the year 2000. All things considered, not a bad little figure. Like, there's so little on him that I can't really critique it too much. Yeah, of course, we do have better molds for the hat, but, you know, this is just a good figure. I'm very happy to have this guy. So, yeah, you might notice that gap, because that's where he sits. Well, all things considered, a neat little set. Like, no, it's not up to the, it's not like, it's not up to the level of quality that a lot of sets nowadays would have, but it's a neat little set. Like, and it does remind me of the scaled down versions, right? They're not as good as the new versions. I'm sorry, as the full scale versions, but it's still good. It feels good to hold as a toy. I think they got basically all that they could have done. I think this is a good figure. I think a battle droid, some sort of conflict in this set would have been nice. A lot of the sets in these days often were lacking something like that, lacking something to oppose it with. Well, yeah, you know, I think this is a cheap little set. I'm just checking the box. It doesn't say a price of what the guy bought this, the one that I specifically have for. I bought it used from someone in excellent new condition though. But yeah, you know, this is just a neat little set. I'd also think, especially back for the day, if Lego did something like this now, with a little bit more detail, actually I think a downsized Naboo speeder would actually be a great idea. I think that would, out of all the downsized things that they could make, I think that would be a good little thing to do. Especially, this has good, especially army building potential. I say potential, of course, it's not out today and it's a little bit expensive. But considering, like, not taking that into consideration, it does. But yeah, overall, I like this set. It's a good set. I really enjoy it. One of my first truly vintage sets I've owned. I've had this for a couple of years, just dusted it all up, so it looks all fresh and clean for you all. But without further ado, this can do all for today's video here. So if you ended up enjoying this vintage review and you'd like to see another one, let me know in the comments, as I have a couple more vintage Lego sets that I'd love to share with you if you're interested, and I hope to see you in my next video.